Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a lovely, wonderful, fantastic day. Today is pretty exciting because it marks the first of so very many advent calendar unboxings. We're going to be doing 2 unboxings today of 2 different advent calendars from the same brand to kick off this advent calendar season. So I hope you guys are excited. This year I plan on opening 25 advent calendars, like in total. There very well could end up being more than that, but there won't be less. There won't be less. We are doing the 25 advent calendars of Christmas, like plus potentially a few. But mark my words, we will get through 25 of them this year. So today we are going to be doing number 1 and number 2, and they're both from E.L.F. I wanted to go ahead and start with these 2 advent calendars from E.L.F. because I wanted to really set the stage for what I believe this advent calendar season is going to be, and that is disappointment. And I haven't seen what is inside these calendars, of course, yet, but I know how much these cost, and I know how much the value is. So already, right off the bat, before I even peek inside, I'm disappointed. Alright, so the first one we have here is the E.L.F. Oh my gosh, I didn't finish reading this, and I thought it just said, "Snow One Loves You." I was like, that's sad, but it's Snow One Loves You More 12-day advent calendar. So this is the 12-day advent calendar. Inside of here you get, well, 12 things. That's pretty self-explanatory. This was $45, and I'll wait to tell you guys the value in just a second because we do have another advent calendar here. This one is the Snow Much Fun 24-day advent calendar, and inside of this you get 24 things. This one was $95. So like double this plus $5. But you guys, we haven't gotten to the best part yet. So you would assume E.L.F., a very inexpensive brand. I believe everything they started off with used to cost like $1. Now you can get things for like $2, $3, $4, $5, $6. They're also available widely in drugstores, Walmart, places like that. And they have sales all the time. So you're probably thinking for that much money, you're gonna get an insane value with this brand. You would be wrong. The $45 advent calendar comes with a whopping $55 value, and the $95 calendar comes with a just insane $110 value. So when you purchase these calendars, you're basically getting a $15 savings, just remarkable, even though you're giving up the ability to actually choose products yourself, and you could probably get these things on sale to begin with. I don't know if E.L.F. has just like lost their minds. I don't know what they were thinking when they put these together. If they had looked at any of the other competition with advent calendars, they would see that the entire appeal, besides it being fun, having a little surprise once a day, one of the main appeals of advent calendars is getting the value for your money. So you're paying something like $50 for an advent calendar, but you're also getting like $100 worth of product. And this, you're paying basically the same price that you would if you were just to purchase the things on your own and actually be able to pick and choose what you want and probably get them on sale. This one, I literally can't wrap my head around it. I don't understand why they think this is a good deal, but I figured we would go ahead and get these out of the way because I've literally just been racking my brain as to like why they thought this was a good idea. Maybe we'll just be shocked and surprised and blown away when we open this up here. Let's go ahead and get on into the first door of the first advent calendar of the year. Door number 1, let's go ahead and pop on into it. And I was hoping that was a smooth rip. The first item of the first advent calendar is the Wow Brow, which is a neutral brown brow gel. You know, that seems pretty nice. I do like a brow gel. I've transitioned from like putting actual stuff in my brows to just like a gel because it's so much easier. It has a tiny little wand to it, and I personally think that this color would work for my eyebrows. However, if you happen to have like, I don't know, blonde hair, black hair, I don't think this brow gel is going to work for you. So it's really hard to put something with a color like that inside an advent calendar because there is absolutely no customization. Alrighty, moving right along to door number 2. The next item in here is a little E.L.F. lipstick, and I assume you need to read it this way. Surflor Satin. Ooh, buddy. That is very purple. That's a very intense, like deep purple berry. That is just incredibly intense. That is very, very bold, very, very bright. The pigment's not too bad. It does take a little bit of building up. It's just very intense. I feel like with a lot of advent calendars, you're probably gonna end up with mainly like really bright berries and reds. That's just kind of how it works out. I don't know if they think that's what people want to wear for the holiday season, or they're just getting rid of the lipsticks that don't sell as well. I don't know. Door number 3 here comes in a nice little square. My nails are not gonna survive advent calendar season. I need like a prying mechanism. Okay, right, next in here we have a very small looking little pot of cream. This is the Holy Hydration face cream from E.L.F. This looks very, very tiny. I highly doubt this is a full size. It is 0.529 fluid ounces. Yeah, so there's that. All right, moving on to door number 4. Okay, cute. Door number 4 has in store a little eyeshadow palette here. This is actually pretty cute. I do like the colors in this. This is something that I would pick on my own. This apparently is a bite-size eyeshadow palette, and it just looks like we have 2 little matte shades here and 2 shimmers. They're nice, like kind of warm berry-ish shades. So this I do think is cute. It is fairly small, but nice colors. All right, door number 5 down here is just a singular little blending brush. I mean, it looks fine, and you know, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just a singular brush. Feels not very soft, not super like fluffy or anything, just a very standard, almost kind of like $1-ish feeling brush. All right, next up here, door number 6 is kind of like an elongated rectangle. Ooh, okay, this is interesting. The next little item we have in here is a liquid eyeshadow, and it is in like a bright white silvery shade. That little wand doesn't reach all the way down in there. Why do they make the wand so short for these things so you like can't get the bottom of the product out? I think that's very frustrating. Ooh, okay, this is very pretty. It's not the most pigmented liquid glittery eyeshadow I've ever seen, but there is some pigment to it and there's definitely some shine. Does this look incredibly reminiscent of like the early 2000s, kind of late 90s frosty eye look? It does potentially, yeah. We're halfway through our calendar and this is what we have so far. Apparently this is $22.50 worth of product. For me personally, if you asked me if I wanted to pay $22.50 for these particular E.L.F. products, I would say no thank you. But nonetheless, maybe the rest of the advent calendar just has some remarkable stuff in it. So number 7 here is kind of an interesting door. It's circular, so maybe there's some type of powder or blush. I'm gonna have to talk to somebody about the construction of these advent calendars. I just want the product out, please. Like, really? Okay, so the next product we have in here is the E.L.F. Luminous Putty Primer, and I know that people really enjoy the regular E.L.F. Putty Primer, or at least that's what I've heard. I've never tried any of them, I don't think. I did recently it's a very strong smell that came out of there. It doesn't smell like anything now. I don't think I've tried the putty primer that I've received yet, but this one is supposed to be luminous, kind of like a pale pink color. It does look like there might be little glitters or shiny bits or something in there, just based on what I'm seeing from the bottom, but yeah, there's that. Number 8 here is kind of a big door, so this is exciting. Potentially less exciting than I was hoping for. But the next thing we have here is the E.L.F. Makeup Mist Inset. I am absolutely not a setting spray person whatsoever, so this wouldn't be something that I would typically pick out for myself. It's in the shade Clear, which I guess that's good. Guess you could test out the spritzer and see if it's a good mister. Okay, not too shabby. It has a very light scent of like the hotel pool at the beach. So like a little bit of like almost saltiness to it, but a little bit of like chlorininess too. It's a very light scent. You really have to kind of to smell. Sorry, that looked weird. You really have to like inhale deeply to kind of get that scent, but it is a very light scent. We're moving on now to door number 9. It has kind of a strange shape to it that looks very much like a lip gloss, so I'm gonna assume that's what it is. Oh my gosh! I understand they don't want like the products flopping around in here. The next product we have in here is the Ride or Die Lip Balm. This is in the shade, or maybe even flavor, Grapefruit Goals. Do you have grapefruit goals? I don't know if I've ever had grapefruit goal. Ooh, that actually smells really good. It does smell very grapefruity, and it's kind of like a pink tinted color. It feels very, very thick and balmy. This actually seemed pretty nice. It tastes like grapefruit too. It's actually pretty good. It has much more of a grapefruit flavor than the Pamplemousse LaCroix. Moving on here to door number 10. It's kind of like a skinny long rectangle. Did y'all see how fast that shot out of there? That's how tightly it's held in by those little grips. My goodness. For day number 10, we have the E.L.F. Lip Lacquer. This is in the shade Fantasy. It's like a very pale, kind of almost peachy looking lip gloss with a little bit of shimmer to it. It has a very standard kind of artificially vanilla scent. It's almost clear, but there is just like the lightest tinge of kind of like a peachy tint to it with just a little bit of glitter. I tend to try to stay away from like orangey tinted lip glosses and things, but this is so light, I doubt you'll even see it on your lips. Okay, door number 11 here is very interestingly shaped. I think it's very sponge shaped. I think this is gonna be a sponge. No, what do you know? This poor little guy has been shoved into that tiny little door for so long. He's very misshapen, but I'm sure with some warm water he'll puff right up. It does feel really nice. It feels very standard, kind of silicone-y, but also very puffy. All right, you guys, we have made it to day number 12, the big one. This should be like the best item in the entire calendar. At least I think so. I think the final day should like really make the advent calendar. So you guys, do you think that this is gonna make this advent calendar? It's a very interesting shape. Wonder what it could be. If this isn't an eyelash curler, I'm just gonna delete my channel. Let's just go ahead and rip off the entire corner of the calendar, because on top of this being very expensive for getting very little value for your money, the packaging is just not great. Oh, what do you know? My channel is saved. I don't have to delete my channel now because, shocking, surprising, the last item in that weird shaped little door is in fact an eyelash curler. To be fully honest, and just also like a little bit shady, this looks like any eyelash curler that you could pick up at like the Dollar General, the Dollar Tree, the 99-cent store. I mean, perhaps at Walmart this could be like $2, $3, but this is just very basic feeling little eyelash curler. And that is what you get as your very special surprise on day number 12. Alright, you guys, so this is everything that came in the advent calendar. This is what you get for your $45, and apparently this is worth $55, even though I feel like you definitely could find these things on sale on E.L.F's website, or even in person at like Walmart and stuff. I've seen things where you can get like a buy one get one free if you're buying E.L.F products. They run promotions, things like that all the time. To me, I think this is a little bit lacking for a $45 advent calendar. Let's go ahead and see what we think about the $95 advent calendar. I definitely scraped the bottom of my chin just a little bit there. I guess that's payback for being sassy about the advent calendars. I'm very sorry, E.L.F. I gotta tell the people the truth. Alright, so this is the Snow Much Fun 24-day advent calendar. It is very nice and shiny when you open it up. The doors do look a bit bigger on this one. Door number 24 looks like it could be something pretty exciting because it is quite large, so that's nice. What a weird shaped door. Wonder what it could be. Well, let's go ahead and start here with day number 1, the shock and surprise. What do you know? So the first thing we have in here is another Holy Hydration face moisturizer from E.L.F, the same size as it was in the first advent calendar. Moving on here to door number 2, which is a super skinny, long little door. I just wonder. I truly do wonder. Oh no, it is actually something different. Okay, for a second I thought it was gonna be a brush. Okay, so door number 2 here, I kind of have the same problem I did with it as door number 1 and the first one. It's another brow product, but like stuff like this is just really hard to put in advent calendars because you do not know if this is going to match everybody's hair color. It's not like a lipstick or an eyeshadow palette, you know, other color makeup that can for the most part work across the board. With things like eyebrows or foundations, concealers, that kind of stuff, it has to be matched to the person. So if you don't have the hair color to match this brownish color, then this is like useless. Moving on to door number 3 here, it looks very much like it could be a lipstick. Let's go ahead and see. And it is a lipstick. I wonder what shape we got. Alright, so we have another satin lipstick here. This is in the shade Cherry. And just like I said with advent calendars, you're either gonna get like very vibrant purples or really bright reds. That's just kind of how it is. Alright, the next door we have down here looks like it could be a cream of some sort. So let's go ahead and see. The next item in here is also the Holy Hydration line. This is a gentle peeling exfoliant, of course from E.L.F. This probably isn't a full size. Do you think? It seems pretty small for it to be a full size. Okay, number 5 here, we have another round door. I'm wondering if it's gonna be another putty primer. It is a putty primer, but it's actually a different one. This one is it's like releasing it from the jaws of life. Get out! This is just the standard putty poreless putty, but it doesn't have the little sparkly bits that the other one did in it. And it also had that weird smell like when I opened it, but there's no smell actually to the primer. Very strange. Next up we have 6. 6 is another lip gloss. This time it is in the shade Love Bite, and it is a much deeper shade. It still has the little like sparkles in it. I don't know, it looks like a penny. This is just not my favorite shade. It is quite orangey, very copper. There is a little bit of like a reddish brown to it, so it might not be too bad actually on the lips. Oh, okay, so at number 7 here, we have a long skinny door with like a bulbous end to it. I wonder what that could possibly... I'm talking smack and the universe is telling me to stop. Anyway, I do have a pretty good guess of what this is gonna be. It's nothing. Oh, so the one time the grip isn't like holding on for dear life, we just have another little e.l.f. blending brush. All right, over here we have another round door, but it's kind of smaller than the last one. So let's see what's inside. Okay, so like kind of newish looking makeup product in here. I don't know if this is supposed to look like a candy swirl or something, or this is always what the top of this eyeshadow looks like, but it's like a swirled top little eyeshadow duo. This is kind of pretty, a little bit of an interesting shade mix. They swatch pretty well. I actually really like whatever color this is, kind of like a brownie gold, whatever that is. I think it's pretty. Okay, another interestingly shaped door. Let's go ahead and see what's behind here. This is day number 9. Oh, they tricked us. I thought because the door was kind of like oddly shaped, it would be something different, but it is another little bottle of the makeup mist inset from e.l.f. Moving on to day number 10 up here. This kind of looks similar to the first brow product that we received, so I don't know what it is. Oh, okay, so this is interesting and something a little bit different. This is actually a brow and lash serum from e.l.f. I didn't even know they had this. I am currently using the Grande Lash stuff. My eyelashes are growing back in pretty nicely. It could also be because I've stopped like brutally ripping off the mascara from my eyelashes when I get sleepy at night. If you guys have tried this out, let me know if you think it works nicely, and I might have to like also try to incorporate it into my lash routine. Moving right along here to day number 11. You guys, I'm not even kidding. I'm literally working up a sweat opening this calendar. My air is on 66 degrees and I'm sweating trying to open an advent calendar. Anyway, the next item we have in here is the lip exfoliant. I do believe I have tried this before. It's just kind of like a lipstick shape with just some like scrubby bits in it, I think. We are moving on now to day number 12. We are halfway through the calendar. Okay, we have another e.l.f. seriously satin lipstick. This time it is, however, in the shade Nectar, which is pretty much the shade that I've told you guys that I absolutely do not wear. It's basically orange. It's an orange. There's a little bit of like a brownish grayish tint to it, but this is very orange. This is just not my color. All right, you guys, we're moving on to door number 13. This could be your lucky number, your unlucky number, but again, I'm wagering my channel. I'm wagering the whole thing that this is an eyelash curler. I'm getting so worked about advent calendars, I'm losing my voice. Wow! Who could have seen it coming? Once again, the channel is safe and secure. Moving on to day number 14. Ooh, okay, something a little different. Well, kind of. We have another little liquid glitter eyeshadow. This time it's in the shade Flirty Birdie, which I think is actually a very cute name. I like that. Ooh, okay, so this one I do really, really like. It's a little bit different than the white one. The base doesn't show up too terribly much, but there's a lot of dispersed glitter in there that really catches the light. So that's actually very pretty. For me personally, I would wear this much more than I would the white one. Moving right along to day number 15 here. It is another round door, kind of the same size as the last putty. So let's see if it is yet another one. Ooh, okay, this is the first time we have this product in here. Next, we just have a little blush in the shade Bright Pink / Rose. You know, get right to the point, just right to it. Oh, yeah, looks like a very pretty Bright Pink / Rose blush. Day number 16 is next. It's kind of a big rectangular shape, so I'm excited to see what's in here. Of course it is. What's an advent calendar without some rhinestone stickers? 17 is down here in this like decimated part of the advent calendar, so we're just gonna do this. We're just gonna rip that right off. Did someone make this advent calendar in 2003 and just like forget to sell it then and put it out now? Why is everything so shiny? I feel like I'm getting all my makeup together to go see a Hilary Duff concert. The next item we have in here is just another lip gloss. This one is clear with some shiny bits in it. Its name is Bubbles, which I also like. I think that's pretty cute. But this one I'm not going to swatch because it's clear with some glitter. Okie dokie, moving on to the final few doors here. We have day number 18. Are you kidding me? Oh, okay. It's a little bit different. I was gonna be upset for just a second. I thought this was another little moisturizer, but this is a Holy Hydration Makeup Cleansing Balm. Moving right along to day number 19 here, but we can't guess what's inside this door either. They're not super sneaky when it comes to the door shapes. They literally like traced this out and put it on there. We're like, it's a door. Utter shock, awe, and surprise. It is a sponge. All right, so that was 19. We're looking for day 20, which is over here. Kind of a little like skinny, small door. We're just gonna, yeah, you know. Ooh, this is something a little bit different. This seems kind of exciting. Like like a torpedo. Okay, I think that this is something I personally would really like. I hope I like the color. This is a sheer slick little lip product. This seems pretty dark. Hopefully, since it is sheer, it'll just give a nice wash of color. Ooh, I actually really like that. I think that's very pretty. Honestly, it reminds me a little bit of Clinique Black Honey. I like how my tone just like fully changes when I actually find something I like in the advent calendars. Just a few left here. We have day number 21 right here, which is very long and thin. I'm glad I had that steak for lunch. I need some protein for strength to get through this advent calendar. So the next thing in here is actually something I'm surprised we're just now seeing. This is a no budge retractable eyeliner in the shade black. I feel like black eyeliners are just kind of a staple in advent calendars and other like mystery type boxes because, you know, pretty much everybody can wear a black eyeliner. I am surprised we are just now seeing one in here. Right next door we have 22, so we're just gonna... Okay, so we have another eyeshadow palette in here and it is actually different than the last one. I also do like these shade selections. They're nice and neutral but a little bit warm. It's also kind of like a cool silvery looking shade in there. This one is called Truffles and yeah, I do think this is cute. Alright, so we're moving on to the last two doors here. We have day number 23 and day number 24. Very excited about day number 24. It is very large. I'm hoping something pretty cool. So let's see what day number 23 is. I'm thinking it's going to be another balm just by the shape of the door, but we'll see. Oh, is it peach? Yes! I love peach so much, so I'm pretty excited about this just because that other one smelled and tasted very much like grapefruit, and grapefruit's not my favorite. But I do love peaches, so I'm very excited for this one. Release! It's very thick. This one is also pretty pink. The sentence I'm about to say, like, probably shouldn't make sense, but I feel like you guys are gonna know what I'm talking about. I honestly can't, like, smell with my nose that much of a peach fragrance, but I can, like, smell it through my mouth. Does that make any sense to you guys? Like when it's on my mouth and I'm kind of inhaling it in, then I get the essence of peach, but when I'm just smelling it, not really. Like it's there a little bit, but you really get it when you like suck it in. Alright guys, my dad came to visit for a minute. Alright you guys, we have made it to the very last day of the advent calendar. It is a nice big door here. I'm pretty excited for it, but let's just go ahead and take like a poll, a guess down below in the comments. Do you think it's actually gonna be something cool? Or do you think it's gonna be crap? I don't know, cool or crap? That's the poll down below in the comments. I'm really hoping it's something cool and exciting for a very expensive advent calendar, but if history shows anything, I don't want to get my hopes up too much. So let's go ahead and just tear back the curtain and see what it is. Oh, it is actually something kind of cool. I was not expecting that. I thought I was gonna rip that thing back and it was gonna be like a mask, just like a sheet mask, one singular sheet mask. But no, it is in fact an eyeshadow palette, like a full-on eyeshadow palette. I am quite excited that they say something cool for the end of this advent calendar. The colors in here do actually look pretty nice. That green one is really grabbing my attention. That like really nice emerald there, as well as these kind of like orangey ones. This I'm pretty excited about. I do think it is really cool that they have a full-size eyeshadow palette in there. I don't know, for me personally, if this makes up for the cost of the advent calendar. I still feel like a $110 value for a $95 calendar just isn't right. It's just not, that's just not like how it works in the advent calendar world according to like every other advent calendar I've ever purchased. But I do like that there was an effort made for the 24th day of the advent calendar. However, again, if somebody were to present me with these items and say, hello, ma'am, would you like to pay $95 for these things in front of you? It does come with some sticky rhinestones. I would say again, thank you for the offer, but no thank you. Alright you guys, so those are the two e.l.f. advent calendars that we are starting off this advent calendar season with. I feel like I just wanted to go ahead and just kind of set a precedent. There's a good chance that we're going to be disappointed quite often this season. But who knows, there could be some absolutely fantastic advent calendars in the 25 that we'll be doing here together. We could get some great value, some fantastic packaging, some really good products. Unfortunately, I don't know if that really applies to the e.l.f. ones. I'm sure the products are perfectly fine, perfectly good. I do like e.l.f. But the packaging of the advent calendars was absolutely nothing fancy. It's not like a cool box that you can reuse or have for decoration, and it definitely doesn't have the value. Some other calendars I have around the same price as the $95 calendar are offering literally like $300 to $500 in value, whereas that one is only $110. $15 more than what you paid for the thing originally. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. I am so very excited for the advent calendar season. Let me know what you guys want to see me unbox next. And other than that, I just hope you guys have a lovely, wonderful, fantastic day, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye!